This presentation is going to be about what the Zika virus is and how it affects our genome, as well as what can be done to prevent this virus. So what is the Zika virus? The Zika virus is a flavivirus, which is in the same family as dengue, West Nile virus, and Japanese encephalitis virus. It is a single-stranded RNA virus that is transmitted through a mosquito bite from an infected Aedes aegypti mosquito. The other major mode of transmission is vertical transmission, where the infection can go from a mother who is bit to a fetus in utero. This is seen when the virus enters the fluid sac surrounding the fetus or the amniotic sac. Those infected are usually asymptomatic or have the disease without any symptoms. For those who are showing signs of infection, they can have a rash, conjunctivitis, which is typically known as pink eye, or arthralgia, which is pain in the joints. The treatment is mostly supportive care, as there is no antiviral treatment and no vaccine in distribution. So where is the Zika virus located? It is most commonly found around the equator, which is where these mosquitoes live. It is found in 87 countries and 4 of the 6 WHO regions. Since 2007, there have been reports of cases in Brazil and Cape Verde, and in 2016, Canada and Europe had also known cases, and this is often mostly due to traveling in the designated hot zones. The Zika virus influences our genome, and that is seen through protein-to-protein interactions as the primary mode of the interaction. An example is being the PAF1C, which is significant in chromatin modification and transcription. There are autosomal recessive genes that cause the microcephaly, or when a baby's head is much smaller than expected. The virus can use our genetics to further cause dysregulation and other complications in the host of this virus. So how can we prevent it? The biggest measure is mosquito control. So it's the most effective method in controlling the spread of virus. This includes installing mosquito nets around doors and windows of your house. It is also important to remove any containers that can collect and maintain any standing water. That's especially important because that is the area where mosquitoes tend to breed. When outdoors, it is important to wear long sleeves and long pants, also using any insect repellents that contain DEET as another preventative measure. Since many individuals are asymptomatic, when diagnosed with the Zika virus, a better diagnostic tool is important in areas that are having an outbreak. This diagnostic tool needs to show the distinction between the Zika virus and other viruses in the Flaviviridae family. There currently aren't any effective antiviral medications when it comes to disrupting the Zika virus. Antivirals can be effective by enhancing the immune system or blocking enzymes that are crucial in viral replication or disrupt a step in the viral cycle. By disrupting these cycles, the antivirals are preventing the virus's ability to alter our genome to cause an infection. A study in 2021 looked at the effectiveness of metformin as a common medication prescribed as type 2 diabetes as an antiviral medication. However, they often found that it was not effective in treating Zika, so it is important to find an antiviral that will work efficiently for the Zika virus. Finally, a vaccine needs to be developed to disrupt the infection cycle. As of 2019, there were vaccines in the preclinical phase and phase 1 clinical trials. However, there has not been a distributed vaccine that is effective against the Zika virus. There has been a development of a vaccine as of December 2015 for the dengue virus. However, there is no effective one for the Zika virus, but we could look at similar methods in the format of the dengue virus and the Zika virus as they're in the same family. So how can you help? First big thing is distribution. We need to get as much netting and sprays out to people as possible, especially in zones that are considered outbreak zones. Many cannot afford this form of prevention, and it is the most accessible solution available. For advocacy, we need to get as much information out there as the Zika virus and its treatments. Since there are no antiviral medications or vaccines available, we need to speak out and try and push for better treatment options. And finally, fundraising is a good majority of science research is funded from outside companies and government agencies. Fundraising for research allows for the community to be more involved in the research process. As stated as Mary Ann Meskes on the Dravet Syndrome Foundation, fundraising leads to research, fundraising leads to breakthroughs, and fundraising will one day lead to a cure. And these are my sources.